Here we are, I'm about to finish up my insulation, and I figured I'd let you join me and show you how I'm doing it. I'm cutting them out, measuring and cutting out, and I'm using 3M77 adhesive spray to make sure my insulation stays in place, because we got to keep that air gap in between here. Like I said earlier in the earlier video, this recommends 3/4 inch. I can't give it 3/4 inch because my boards are only 1 3/8 inches thick, so I have to stay with the 3/8 inch air gap. But I figured I'd show you how I'm doing it and the process of doing it. What you have to do is first the adhesive. This one right here recommends that you spray it 6 to 8 inches apart. Let it set for 1 to 2 minutes until it gets tacky. It's about tacky now, and you double spray it. As you can see right here, I've sprayed it right here on this part right here, and I'm getting ready to apply it. It's going to be a snug fit because you want to cut it just a little bit big to make sure you got a good air seal around the outside. It's not going to be perfect, but it also helps hold it in place and keep it from vibrating and moving around. So you can see right here, we just cut it and slide it in the face, press it in. We've got a good fit all the way around. Press in to make sure the adhesive's in contact, and that should be good for this piece right here. Now my last piece is back here in this corner. It's kind of an odd shape right here. As you can see, the shape to it is a rectangle with a corner cut out of it. So we're going to take the tape measure and measure this and try to get an idea of what it is. So we take a look here, and it's about 19 7/8 by 14 7/8. So we're going to go back over here to the board, take my razor knife. Like I said, you need a good sharp razor knife to do this with. So let's come on over here to the board here and measure this out and cut it. 14 7/8. What was that other measurement? I think it was 19 7/8. You know what they always say? Measure twice, cut once. So let's go measure it again just to make sure we got it right. Yep, 19 7/8. I was right. But it's always better to measure twice to cut once. So here we got our 14 7/8 that way. We'll do 19 7/8 this way. This will give it a good snug fit. This is where that carpenter square we were talking about earlier comes in at a big help. We use that carpenter square. Line up our two edges right here, 19 7/8. 14's a little, this is only a 14-inch square on this end. We have to move it out to our mark. Then we're good. Take our knife, put our starting point in here. My blade's getting a little bit dull now, so that's not good. We've got that done. We're going to take our larger knife. I actually found this little Gerber knife here. It's come in pretty handy. I got it for actually 13 bucks a Gerber on a little site called Temu, and it was free shipping too. So you can see it's an actual Gerber knife, and it's a really good quality. It's come in real handy. The blade's good and sharp. I've been testing it out to see how it works, but it works pretty well. Now we've got our piece cut out here. You can see the door's open and it's windy. Everything's blowing all over the place. So now we want to come over here and put our piece in place. We want to try to get an idea of where that corner is going to be. We're going to make a little mark here. We'll look down here and see where it's going to be. Which it should be right there. Then we want to go back over here and take our straight edge again and make that other cut. And hopefully at the end of it, it's going to be where we want it to be. behind these blades and putting stuff now. It's not worth the fart in a whirlwind. It's bad when other knife is better. So now we're going to take this, we're going to see if it fits, and then insert it into the space. And we got a good fit, and now we got to apply it because we don't want it to be bouncing around. We're going to blow all the dust out there just to make sure we got a good fit. Apply our adhesive. Really only need it going across the outside edge, I guess. And then you got to let it set for 2 minutes. So well, now here is our 2 minutes. We waited 2 minutes on this to tack up. It's not super tacky, but I'm hoping when you put the two together that it's good and tacky. This right here, that's sticky right there. So we're going to put this in right here. Got a good fit. See right here, we still got a little bit of an air gap. We're going to fix that. Spray foam that I'm going to put in the air gaps that I find in here to seal that up, and I'll show that a little bit later on. But I hope everybody has a good day. Right now we're finishing up the insulation on this side here. As I said in the earlier video, we're using 1-inch EPS foam with a radiant barrier. I'm not able to have the 3/4 inch air gap that they would like to have to get the maximum R value, which is like 6.3 or something like that. But we do have, as you can see down here, hopefully, we do have at least 3/8 of an inch air gap, which should help with the radiant barrier. I'm attaching this foam using 3M 90, high strength 90 adhesive on the back, and also started using it for some other areas. And I sprayed this earlier, and it's been curing now for about 30 minutes. As you can see, it's pretty strong. It bonds pretty strong, so I don't think this insulation is going to come loose in the areas that I'm using it. Did end up with some gaps in here where the bracing is. I'm using gaps and cracks. Great stuff. I've sprayed it in there. You can see it's pouring out of some of the holes in some of the areas. So I'm no pro, like I've said several times, so I've got gaps in this insulation in different places, but this great stuff is good for filling in the gaps. I'm going to go ahead and fill in this gap. It's pretty simple. You just take it, shoot it, and insert it. And I'm overfilling, but you can just take it and cut it off with a serrated edge. I'm getting ready to go to the inside and put my final 4 on the inside. I got it flipped on the side. I'm hoping I can do it that way a little bit easier and let this stuff cure up. So that's going to be in a later video as I work on the floor. Y'all have a good now.